I've been spending some time with Google Flow Agent lately. It's been pretty useful for things like making kids' stories and a few other projects.
Well, look what we have here, a fuzzy little stowaway.
Mila is with you today to walk through how she uses it and how you might find it handy for your own stuff too.
Youch!
Hi Nive, I'm Mila. By popular request, here is nice step-by-step tutorial on Google's new Flow agent. In this video, I'll cover all Flow tips, tools, common errors, and more. Stay tuned until the end. So this is Google Flow. It's super easy to use. Let's get started and create a new project. Here's your dashboard. You'll see the agent option at the bottom. If it's lit up, that means it's active. Once activated, agent-specific settings appear on the right. Under Agent Instructions, you can define core parameters, such as a futuristic cyberpunk visual style, to ensure consistency across the entire production. These are the general settings. There is an option at the top that I recommend keeping enabled. It requires your confirmation and displays the credit cost prior to generation. This allows for a final double check, preventing unintended credit usage due to errors. Below are the default image generation settings. You can define the aspect ratio, the number of generations, and the specific model to be used consistently across your project. Lastly, the bottom section covers the default video generation settings, allowing you to define the aspect ratio, the number of generations, and the specific model to be used for your videos. After saving your initial configuration, you can use this section to adjust the layout and expand the agent's chat interface for a better viewing experience. From the top left corner, you can add new sessions, allowing you to manage and progress multiple workflows simultaneously within a single project. You can rename your project here. Selecting the X button will return you to the bottom panel, allowing you to deactivate the agent whenever necessary. Now, let's go over a few general tips regarding Flow Agent together. In the agent, it's all about chatting with your tool. You can handle everything right here, from brainstorming your initial ideas all the way to crafting the final video. To help the agent understand you, just be clear about what you're after. For example, explicitly ask for an idea or an image. It helps the agent stay on track and reduces mistakes. You can give the agent a quick idea and tell it to enhance it. You'll get a pro-level prompt back. Since the agent is your assistant, make sure to review everything and ask for any tweaks. You only need to describe your character once and the agent will remember it. But to help it out and save your credits, definitely use the @ symbol to reference your character image in your new prompts. Keep these tips in mind to save your credits, as you only get 50 free credits daily. If you click on a video, it'll take you to a specific page for that clip. You can just tell the agent what kind of edits you're looking for, and it'll handle the rest. Honestly, I wouldn't suggest doing simple edits here that you could easily do in your own editing software. It's just going to eat up your credits. But for edits that actually change the video or image content, I'll show you how to handle those a bit later in this video.
A fuzzy little stowaway.
Let's jump in and make a video. To start, you'll need to design the visuals. Just introduce your characters to the agent and give it your story idea. It'll handle the storyboard. You can go step by step or send everything at once. I've already defined my characters, story, and style, so let's get started. This is that content editing I mentioned I'd show you. So, the setting needed to be a house, and the boy's voice sounded too adult. So I just told the agent to update both the image and the video for me. Here, I also gave the agent a general command. I added it along with my edit requests, but it'll apply to every video in this session. I specifically asked for no background music. Just focus on the sound effects, the boy's voice, and the worm's sound. The key thing here is, if you only want these changes for a specific video, just be sure to mention that in your request. Emphasize that it's meant for that one clip only. So, as you can see, I just kept chatting with the agent. Whenever I ran into an issue, I had it make adjustments until it was perfect. I did all the brainstorming and designing right here. It's super straightforward. You can do it just as easily. I built another story too. Instead of just writing a description, I gave the agent some reference photos to help it out. If you need your character to be super consistent, my best advice is to give the agent both a written description and a reference image right from the start. That way, you'll get much better consistency. For me, it was just a kid's story, so I didn't need to be that strict. But for your projects, definitely use both. I mention this in most of my videos, but it's a good reminder. These are AI tools and they aren't perfect. They can be pretty sensitive to the words you use, so it's always better to be careful and clear with your instructions to get the best outcome. As you can see, I have generated a children's story video both quickly and efficiently. You can leverage this workflow for your own channel's content. You can utilize it to produce high-quality UGC and promotional material. The Pothuth is both versatile and professional.
Why isn't this one moving?
Thanks for sticking with me. I love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.